I see you. We are so easily excited.
I know.
Okay.
So, how cool is this? So I'm going to ask you these questions I sent you, and then I'm going to edit all of our silliness out of the front of it.
Okay.
I'm going to post it on my blog.
And I want to hear more about that too.
Okay, I'll tell you more about it because it's really fun. I really like it. It's been tons of fun to do. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm trying to move my computer. Okay,
yeah,
so
I know. Don't do that. It kind of makes me sick.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
I can't wait to take you to dinner because you're so sweet to me.
That's
okay.
Okay.
So, Denyce Butler, this is your life.
Wait a minute. It said there appears to be something wrong. Okay, go ahead. Do it again.
Okay, Denyce Butler, this
Yes.
is your life. I want to talk about your role as a home hospital instructor teacher within our school district.
Okay.
So tell me about how long you have been doing, well, I know you just retired from teaching full-time as an instructional coach and a BTSA leader and all kinds of other really amazing things. How long have you been an HHI teacher? And tell me a little bit just about your teacher background brain.
Well, I believe it's been about 5 years that I was in home hospital.
Okay.
I believe it's been about 5 years. And do you want to know how I got into it?
Yes.
Yes. When I was an instructional coach at a high school, one of the students was in an accident and they asked me to tutor him. And the way I did it was through home hospital. So I was working with one of the students at that site. And then I just continued on with it afterward because I enjoyed it so much.
That's awesome. So you, outside of doing home instruction, tell me, just give me the little feedback on what you've done for Fresno Unified as a teacher, because as you know, you just retired, you lucky dog. Tell me about your last couple of jobs that you've had with us.
Instructional coach, language arts teacher. I helped run a tutorial on Saturdays for students that were struggling. I've done Avid support. It's hard to remember everything.
You've done a lot. I know you've done.
And BTSA. So I did BTSA, working with the new teachers, and then I did veteran support, which is working with experienced teachers who need to brush up on their teaching instruction.
That's awesome. Cool. Okay, so about home instruction, how do you use technology for HHI? When we're talking about home instruction and helping those kiddos that are stuck at home, how do you think we can best use technology to support those students?
The first thing I did was I went to state standards. So I found out what grade they were in. I went to the state standards and I saw what the expectations were for that student.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been the first thing I did using the computer. And then I really think that what I did was I did research on activities that were at their level, but that were going to be easy for them to do with a minimum amount of instruction and more time for them to spend on it. So I think that with the computer, I was able to really research what was easiest for them to do that was at their level in each curricular area.
Cool. And it really is a case-by-case basis, isn't it? Depending upon what that child needs.
Yes, and what their background is. We've in home hospital, we have special ed.
Right.
Plus we have students that if they're hurt, I can't ask certain students to write a 3-page essay when guess what? They broke their arm and they can't write at all. So
Right.
it really is case by case.
Right. That's always very interesting when they have both arms broken. It's like, how do they do any work at all? Anyway, okay. Next question. How do you think technology has changed the impact that HHI can have from keeping a student? And how do we keep that student current with the rigor that they would be getting in the classroom, but obviously they're at home? How do you think technology has really changed how we impact that student's learning while they're with us on home instruction?
I think just using my last student as an example, it was really great for me. She was in 5th grade. She's studying, she was doing colonial America. It was great for us together and for her on her own to go to some of the great sites that they have about colonial America. We could sit and look at those together, and then we could incorporate that by attaching it to a book that she was able to read while, you know, she was doing homework. And there's everything is accessible with the computer.
Right.
So it just supports everything that I would do with her was supported because we could do it online.
Right. So, and you were fortunate because that student had technology in the home, correct?
Yes, and schools have been very generous about allowing students to take computers home.
Oh, that's
so that, yeah, they do have access in many cases.
That's really cool. So my next question is, why do you think, or what do you think our program could do to improve the technology use in the home? Just kind of bridging on what happened with your little kiddo. She had technology available to her in the home, but I hear a lot of teachers telling me, you know, there's no internet connection, they don't have a computer in the home. How do you think we could improve upon what our teachers have available to them with technology in HHI?
And that is an issue because of the fact that there's no point in getting a computer or an iPad if they have no access at home, internet. I think that perhaps me using my computer to find certain sites and getting that information, I guess, for example, it was really convenient for me to get science information, let's say about the weather. I did a lot of printing things out so that she could do those. But, you know, that wouldn't be technology for her to use, but it does give me access to a lot more activities and things than if I had to get books or that sort of thing. So I think it just makes activities more accessible for the instructor.
Right, that's cool. So my last question is, what do you love about home hospital instruction besides me, of course?
Oops, I wasn't going to say that. You know, I personally, I didn't have a classroom because I was an instructional coach. So it gave me an opportunity to work with students, especially the one-on-one. And some students just thrive in the one-on-one because they haven't ever had it. And if they are struggling students at all, it just makes things so wonderful to sit there and explain it to them and have them say, oh, I get that. And in a classroom, they might not have ever shown or asked a question. So I just think the one-on-one is a gift. No matter why, I think one-on-one is a really nice experience for every student to have.
It's nice for the student. It's also really nice for the teachers who are stressed out from their classrooms. I hear that over and over again. They love having the time to just build on that relationship with the student. I think it really invigorates their teaching.
And in addition to that, it creates a relationship with the family, and that carries over so that when a student goes back to school, it's really nice for the family to have made a connection and you know, they may act a little differently with the student's teacher at school, because they realize that as a teacher, I'm just like, you know, every other teacher.
Just a person.
But they've gotten to know me personally.
Right. I think it helps them to understand how to advocate for their students' learning. And I think that that's really a key piece, especially in our district with our social economic families that we are supporting. I don't think they understand truly, in so many cases, how to advocate for their own child.
Right. Right. Oh, absolutely. And they don't. I just also think that not creating a relationship with a teacher partially is the teacher's responsibility. Mm-hmm. But once the family sees how it is advantageous for them to have a relationship and be able to ask questions and feel open about it, it just changes that dynamics between the teacher and the student and the parent.
That's awesome. And I think that's a really good place. We can close on that, I think. You are just awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I'm going to post this on my website, lisagreider.com. You can check it out.
Okay.
And we'll talk again real soon.
Good. I appreciate that. And yes, I do want to talk about your blog. So I will go to that and see what I can see. Okay.
Definitely. Check it out. Thanks, Denyce.
Thank you, Lisa. Bye-bye.